Hey tech lovers and friends, I hope everything's great over there because today I'm bringing you an important evolution in the world of laser engravers. Some time ago, we already reviewed the CREALITY FALCON A1 and today it's time for its newest, most complete and advanced version. This one I have here, the CREALITY FALCON A1 Pro. With 20W, this model comes with more power, higher speed and new smart features that people are looking for. It's designed to make the user experience easier while maintaining a compact and safe design. Among its key features, we find the 20W optical laser and autofocus camera and the ability to work with more than 350 different materials. Additionally, it now includes a 4.3-inch screen for direct control, and it can also be operated from the mobile app and of course from the computer. The idea is clear, to offer a versatile machine both for hobbyist creators and for small entrepreneurs or workshops that need reliability and good results. So let's take a detailed look at what this new Pro model is capable of and what it offers to see if it's really worth making the switch. If you want to get to know it in depth, join me here on TechGround. For those unfamiliar with the brand, here's some context, as CREALITY is likely a familiar name to many. They are world-renowned for their 3D printers, those machines that have democratized home manufacturing. And for some time now, they've gotten into the world of engraving and laser cutting. And this Falcon A1 Pro is the natural evolution of their previous models, like the Falcon A1 or the Falcon 2 Pro. Their goal is clear: make these technologies more accessible to the average user, with powerful machines that are easy to use and also don't look like they came out of a secret National Aeronautics and Space Administration lab. So if you like this kind of content, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any reviews of what we do here at TechGround. Certainly, let's unbox it to see what's included. Inside its box, well, we find a pretty simple box, nothing fancy. Just the brand and model, and once opened, it's very well protected like the previous model we tested with high density foam, and the rest of the components are inside the chassis of this Falcon A1 Pro. We take it out, and as soon as we do, we see that the chassis is exactly the same. Remove the top and front screens to access the inside of the device where the accessories are. As soon as we open it, we find the user manual with the guide in many languages, including Spanish. This display is a 4.3-inch screen that we will attach later on the side, and a 180-watt power adapter. We keep removing foam. We can already see the extraction tube appearing here as well, that flexible extraction tube, which is actually quite long, about 1.5 meters, maybe around 1.70 meters. Power cable for the transformer, this bag with different accessories, where we can first see this flexible silicone tube. For the air machine, USB-A to USB-C cable for the computer or any other device. The cable for the rotary axis isn't included, but we have it if we want to buy it later. A USB-C to USB Type-A adapter, this ladder for high control for different materials, for the densities, a ladder, a mini ladder to adjust the height of the laser, some small clips, and a replacement for the optics. There's also a handy little cleaning cloth. If we need to clean the laser or optics, we have a small cloth. We also have a small paintbrush to clean dirt and reach all the nooks and crannies where grime collects. And this small bag with Allen keys, there's also a star-shaped one, and the clamp to tighten the extraction tube to the chassis of the device. Of course, a couple of keys, a set of keys to be able to operate and activate the power and safety of our laser engraver. And finally, this bag contains a small wooden board for initial tests or projects, and this dot card for focusing the camera. We've removed the corks, closed the lids, and now just have the plastics left. Here's everything included in the original CREALITY FALCON A1 Pro box. Do we still need to remove the plastics? Did you notice everything was well packed and protected? Now let's look at the accessories you'll need to buy separately, which I also consider necessary. If you want the full kit for this laser engraver and cutter, we've already assembled the CREALITY FALCON A1 Pro. Everything in the box makes it almost plug and play. And it took me about 10 minutes to assemble it, take it out of the box, connect the display, the pump, the exhaust, and do the necessary setup to be able to work with it. But before starting with the tests and talking in depth about the details, I want to talk to you about the accessories that I think you need to keep in mind. You should know about them if you're considering this laser engraver and cutter. Thanks to CREALITY for providing these testers. Here we have some metal keychains and some bone-shaped pendants with a cat's head with different metal shapes, so you can engrave on metal with this laser, which I'll tell you about in a moment. A series of filters, cardboard, felt, like I said, different types of materials to do the test we're going to do today. But something essential is this work table. This metal panel, the honeycomb panel, okay, what? It's a honeycomb panel that will be placed at the base of the device. Why am I telling you this? This costs 179 euros, but will protect it from damage and direct engraving. The plate, which already happened to me in the previous video, when I was cutting, depending on the density and also the product, it left marks all over the base. And honestly, that looks really ugly aesthetically, and then when you're working, it's a bit dirty. It also causes odors and other issues. So keep this panel in mind. You can buy it separately on their website, and I think it's essential. As I mentioned, the panel is designed specifically for the CREALITY FALCON A1. We will have the option to lift the base. It has 4 screws to remove it and to add spacers to the legs, which are currently threaded. We could raise it 1.5 to 2 centimeters to fit thicker material underneath. This way, you can buy CREALITY products independently again. Doesn't require you to buy anything extra. The fact that there are legs you can add on, and they sell a combo that goes up to 15 centimeters. So we can raise the printer, while the printer, the laser engraver and cutter, up to that height to fit thicker materials and be able to engrave. Even better, maybe a vase or a 30-16 inches piece of wood. And this way, if the laser doesn't reach the height, we'll have this extension, which I think is good. Just so you know, in case you want to cut different materials. As for the laser, this one comes with 20 watts of power. The built-in laser is very easy to swap out. It has 2 little levers. Remove it and install the one I'll discuss now. We have 20 watts, which is enough to cut at a higher speed than the regular A1 version. Different materials that are a bit softer, such as cardboard, wood, plastics, acrylics, rubber, bamboo. But if we want to cut or engrave metals, we will need this laser, which is also sold separately for 529 euros. This is the LM008 model. It's 2 watts, and as I said, it's focused on metals, with higher density here for gold, silver, stainless steel, and galvanized metals. We can also engrave on slate and opaque acrylics. So just know that if you want to engrave on metals that are much denser at the molecular level, for reflective materials, you need a specific laser like the 2 watt infrared one I'm talking about to avoid damage. So having explained all this, I think it was necessary. Sorry if I went on for too long, but let's start doing some tests. I'll also talk to you about the app and how we can work with it, which is the LED Falcon A1 Pro in a quick and simple way. Let's discuss the A1 Pro's physical design and material finish. It's compact, enclosed, and built for small desks or workshops. Its all-in-one design makes it much safer. It has a Class 1 laser and is Food and Drug Administration Conformity European Restriction of Hazardous Substances Federal Communications Commission and Product Safety Electrical Appliance and Material Certified. With eye protection windows, flame detection, and an emergency button, it matches its model, the regular A1 we reviewed earlier. Its closed dimensions are 56.7 cm wide, 21.1 cm high, and 46.8 cm deep. And with the screen, it becomes 68.5 cm wide, just a bit more. But the downside is the screen can't fold or rotate, so we can't save space. But anyway, the engraving area that the base has is 268 x 358 mm, which is enough for small and medium projects. What about the weight? It's 16.8 kilo. It's heavier than a laptop, but not immovable. It's sturdy, though not designed for daily transport. As you can see, its body construction, its aluminum chassis is aerospace grade with a very good finish. As you can see in this gray metallic finish, it's sturdy with the access cover, as I said, the top and the front in orange acrylic finish. So you don't have to use protective glasses and can see how the projects are done. Inside, it has a core X and Y axis, so it can move quickly across the entire base. With these tension belts, which we can also adjust at the bottom with these 2 screws in case they become loose, and replace them if needed. And also this upper elastic belt, as you can see, is articulated to carry all the laser cables inside. It has 2 lighting panels on the upper edges of the X-axis in the front and back. And also a rear fan that will be supplemented by this air pump. We have to introduce air. This way, it can suck out all the dust and smoke, so we can see our projects clearly without everything being clouded. And in this version, as you can see, we don't have a knob to adjust the laser height, but instead we have a lever to raise it and set it at different height positions. which also makes it much more comfortable. When it moves up and down, it indicates the laser's minimum and maximum height limits. But be careful that the metal base scratches easily, like it happened to me last time. So ideally, you should put a honeycomb panel on it, which is the one you're seeing here, a metal honeycomb panel. That way, we don't have to worry about the base getting scratched or marked. On the front right is the 4.3-inch touchscreen with the monitoring camera above and surrounding it. We have several accessories on this side, USB-C, power input, and a port for the rotary axis. So it's ready to expand with accessories. Aesthetically, it's understated and elegant, giving a pro machine vibe without being intimidating or over the top. But now let's get to the good stuff. Let's discuss specs and performance, since that's what interests us if we're considering an upgrade or buying this machine. Here's the main difference. 20 watts of optical power using a semiconductor laser source, and a wavelength of 455 plus or minus 5 nanometers, which allows you to cut wood, acrylic, leather, and plastics very efficiently. And it also has an optional 2-watt infrared module designed for engraving on metals and reflective materials. With a wavelength of 1064 plus or minus 1 nanometer, switching between optical modules is easy. No screwdrivers needed, just 3 quick steps. No do-it-yourself needed. Just open a few tabs, disconnect the terminal block, and remove the module from the electronic rail. To install it, it's exactly the same. The speed at which it can engrave is up to 600 millimeters per second, which means it's 3 times faster than previous models. So it's ideal for serial work and mass production. The smart camera it comes with has high precision autofocus. It's 0.012 inches. It lets you position designs precisely and view updates in real time. It's compatible with over 350 materials, letting you cut cardboard, wood, bamboo, rubber, leather, fabric, acrylic, plastic, and more. If it can't be engraved, then you should have doubts. With this 20-watt laser, you can easily cut relatively soft materials. The software it includes is Falcon Design Spice, and it's also compatible with Lightboard and GRBL laser. You can load Joint Photographic Exports Group, Joint Photographic Exports Group Portable Network Graphics BMP, Scalable Vector Graphics DXF, and other file types. The connectivity is extensive. It has Wi-Fi, USB-C, direct control from the touchscreen, and the option to operate it via mobile. And the operating systems are Windows and Mac OS, which are compatible. The input voltage is 100 and 250 volts at 50-60 Hz, and the output is 24 volts, direct current 7.5 amps at 180 watts. The operating temperature will be between 5 and 35 degrees, and in practice it's about starting the machine, choosing the material, selecting the design, and in just a few steps you can have your piece almost finished, engraved, or cut. That said, don't expect the mobile app to be the 8th wonder, because the menus are still a bit messy. Polishing and the material sections are in Chinese, so I had to do it from the PC, because honestly, I don't understand Chinese on the mobile. But well, nothing that can't be fixed with a firmware update. As for interesting facts, the machine does a self-check as soon as you turn it on, kind of like Iron Man. Making sure that everything is in place, that it's well coordinated, and that all the sensors are working properly. If you have more detailed questions about using it, watch my previous A1 video. It's the same. I'm not going to spend too much time explaining it. I'm just going to go over it briefly because it's exactly the same on both the mobile and desktop apps. On the desktop app, this is the inspiration section where you can view everything and start working on any design with one click. The user manual is available for visual guidance, and you can add new devices if you want to switch devices. The same happens in the app with our devices listed at the top. In this case, it's the CREALITY Falcon, which shows it's connected or disconnected, meaning we can connect or disconnect it anytime. Then, the recently modified files will also be available here in our library. And everything we can see, also for inspiration. It's great that you can just take a quick look, pick one, and make it yours, and start working with it. Here, you just put it into one and do it, and it loads it directly in oil paint, okay? Inside the oil paint, which is the canvas here, in this part right here, up here on the computer, that would be the oil paint. We have similar tools arranged differently since one is a computer and the other is a mobile device, left side. All the tools for moving, selecting, dragging, adding shapes, heart, adding text wherever we want to add it, the pen, the image library so we can drag directly. So that's it. A kitten, well, right here the kitten, and that's it. With the move tool, we can resize and reposition it anywhere, including corners, If we tap the camera, we take a picture and see where the kitten can be placed on our platform. The same would happen here. There's the shapes section with all the shapes, and this part is in Chinese. And well, more or less by looking at it, you can figure it out. But it's missing, well, an update in this part of the app needs to be added. The layer text section as well, just like we have the layers here at the top right. The parameter settings, in this case, so if we want it to be a line engraving, a fill, or a cut on the line, well, it's basically the same as what we have here. Engraving, fill, and cut are pretty much the same. The power, which we can select here. The power that goes up to 100%, the speed, and the processes, the times we want to choose as well. Then we also have the smart fill, which is basically going to do a check here as well. If we have different pieces outside the board, ones that are different, it will recognize them and engrave inside them. That's great, especially with so many things stacked on top. And the settings section, where we can choose the units, auto adaptation, the grid, and all these options you see here. If we're using the 20W, make sure 20W is selected, not the 2W infrared. And down here, we can also choose it. Alright, the CREALITY FALCON A1, the A1 Pro in this case, which we have connected, and then choose the laser we're using. Do the autofocus, do the framing, which we can also do here. Take a photo as well to see where the material we're going to use is located, and then be able to import different files too. Take a photo from the album or from files, just like we can do here in import. At the top right, here we have it. Well, after all, it's a computer, so the tools are a bit better organized. But in the end, would this be about adding layers? In this case, it's this one. If I add a new layer, which is an engraving, and I add a shape like a cloud, well, it's going to be on this layer. And here I can choose the speed, also the power and the frequency at which we want it to do the pass or the cut. So the app is very intuitive, very easy. Let's do some tests so you can see it more visually, okay? Here you can see a small laser dot coming from this corner, which you'll notice in the next details. And it goes directly to the base, okay? This isn't a typical laser, it doesn't cut or engrave, but it shows exactly where it will start. The action is a point that helps position and align the material on the workbed. In short, its main function is to help the laser be much more precise. It saves material and time while ensuring every project starts exactly where you want. It's a simple tool, but I think it's essential for getting professional results. That's it. As you can see, we have several panels, including the main panel. The CREALITY FALCON A1 Pro model warns us not to place any body parts inside while it's operating. The files section will be local for us, like this one that comes by default, which we can start working with. We also have the default one from CREALITY FALCON. The disk drive, if we connect the USB drive, what's in the cloud, and the history of jobs we've done. The device settings we have here, the device ones, all these you see here, and the system settings. Also for the screen video, where we can set it so the screen turns off after 3 minutes if we want. And the language, which we only have in Chinese and English. We can set it to autofocus, so it starts automatic calibration, turn on Bluetooth, the time zone which we configured earlier, and everything else. The network connection that we have active. And here we have the errors that the wiki is giving us, so we can scan and connect. And what does it say about maintenance? What are the steps to follow to keep the device optimal? This menu will let us work and perform various tasks. To conclude, a quick recap. Have you noticed that we've been working throughout the whole video with different materials? We have worked on cutting, engraving, and filling, both on wood and on cardboard, cardstock, felt, and metals to do the test. Honestly, I've really noticed the difference compared to the previous version we tested. And to sum up, I'll tell you that the CREALITY FALCON A1 Pro is a laser cutter engraver designed for users who are looking for power as much as possible with ease of use and a safe, compact format. What should I highlight? What are the good things I've noticed while doing these tests? Well, the real power of these 20W, which honestly you can really feel, is double what we tested before. The option to switch between the 20W blue laser and the infrared module, the 2W infrared module for different tasks, is really nice. Not all brands allow that. I also want to highlight the 600 mm per second speed, which is especially noticeable when engraving. The enclosed design with international safety certification guarantees that it's a product you can use with the naked eye. You don't need glasses. And everything works reliably and without any kind of complexity. The smart camera with autofocus is also very good. and the 4.3-inch touchscreen gives you direct access to work as well. Using the phone is also very good and convenient. It's compatible with over 350 materials and popular software. I noticed the base scratches easily on everything. If you don't use the honeycomb panel even when using it, well, I've left marks. The mobile software needs work. Some computer functions aren't available on the phone, and much of it is in Chinese. The infrared module is sold separately, and I'll also discuss prices. Right now, on Creality's official website, the Falcon A1 Pro is priced at 959 euro, the honeycomb panel to protect the base is 179 euros, and the 2W infrared module, which is sold separately, is 529 euro. Additionally, you can buy accessories such as the rotary axis, leg extenders, air purifiers, and different materials to work with. You can purchase it directly from their website. This puts it in a very good position compared to its competitors such as the X-Tool P2 or the AtomStack M100, especially because it combines safety, power, and a compact design, with prices that are a bit more affordable than other models. I think it's perfect for makers, small workshops, or anyone wanting to start selling personalized products. However, if your main goal is to engrave metals, it might be better to consider a machine that's more focused on that use. Although this laser performs really well. So, what do you think about this Falcon A1 Pro? Do you see it as the ultimate machine for a home workshop? Leave your comments below, give it a like, share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to TechGround if you haven't already, so you don't miss anything coming in the future. So thank you for being there, and I'll see you in the next video with more technology, more reviews, and above all, more awesome gadgets. Big hugs, and may technology be with you. See you soon!